Hello. Um, we are here doing a Facebook Live. Um, and we were hoping to do it last night, but instead I got to spend a hurricane climbing a ladder on the outside of my house and duct taping my window back together. So that was super fun. And I would have much rather been here talking about that. But it's actually a really nice segue into what we want to talk about today, which is that DIY is really hard. And whether you're duct taping your house back together or running a business, there are enough things working against you. You don't need more stuff to fight against. And one of the things that we wanted to talk about is gatekeeping and some pet peeves that Emma and I have about the things that we see that new marketers face, or new business owners face in the marketing world, and things that really you shouldn't have to have them working against you. And let me see if I can get Emma on here. So basically what we wanted to talk about is things that are preventing new business owners from being able to, get started or feel like they can get started. And I feel like I see Emma here, but I can't get her on. Nope. All right. The first thing, which I'll start talking about a little bit here, is my big pet peeve, which I have talked about before, which is SEO. Because as I've said before, SEO is bullshit. And I feel like I'm probably going to, here we go. Get Emma here. Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. So you were
Okay.
about to share your big pet peeve.
I just made the dramatic statement that SEO is bullshit. And
SEO is such bullshit. Oh my God.
such bullshit.
I'm gonna take my glasses off. Ah, but because it didn't used to be, because it used to be sort of vitally important,
Mm-hmm.
people still think that because they don't know any better because it's
Yeah.
not their field of mastery or interest. Anyway, carry on.
Hi. Yeah, no, I agree. I think, it is important in the sense that if you have a website about something, you have to say that something. People are not, excuse me, my cats are having a fight on my table here. Oh.
Of course. We all know so much more about each other, like across the board, than we used to since
I
before the
know,
pandemic.
right? My cats like to wrestle on the dining room table, and so now everybody knows
Who
that.
doesn't?
Well, right? Anyway, so yeah, I think, you know, your website needs to be findable. And
Yeah.
it's important to, if you are an accountant, use the word accountant. If you're a coach, use the word coach. If you are a, ventriloquist, use the word ventriloquist, and don't come up with some weird way of saying these things, because nobody's searching for whatever weirdo term you're, feel like making up.
Right.
And in that sense, SEO is a really, smart move. But you don't need to overthink it. I can't tell you how many clients I've personally dealt with, I know that we've both dealt with, who've come to me and been like, I need to have these keywords and these things, and we have to say this, 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 and this. And it's like, your copy is going to suck. If you
Yeah.
want me to write copy that has 27 different ways to say hairdresser, hairdresser in Los Angeles, hairdresser in South Los Angeles, stylish hairdresser in South Los Angeles, nobody's gonna, I mean, it might get eyes onto your page, but once people are there, they're gonna go, this looks like a scam,
Yeah.
and
Because
it's
SEO
not
has
gonna
nothing in
connect with anyone.
common. Right. Yeah. SEO is not a natural way of communicating. I mean, it should be. And if you're doing it right, it is. But if you're doing it right, then you're not taking this bizarro world approach of mentioning every single word every, 3 times a paragraph or whatever. Um, have the important words in there, but given that it's more than likely that whatever you're doing, your customers pick you because they like you. Because whatever you're doing is probably available 85,000 different other ways from other, um, vendors or suppliers or whatever. Um, the main thing about your website is that it should reflect who you are
Yes.
in clear, concise language that sounds like you and feels like you.
Yeah.
And that's
Authenticity
all you
over
need.
SEO every time.
Yeah, yeah, every single time.
Hmm.
There's no need to pay somebody $1 million
Right.
or even, $1,000 to get your SEO done because it's just sort of, yeah, that was it. The last real corporate job I had, that was such a big deal. And they shelled out unbelievable amounts of cash to agencies like, oh, SEO, SEO. And um, absolutely thought that it was just this really crucial thing. And no one wanted to hear that it wasn't.
Oh no, I know. I know. Well, I mean, and for a giant company that's trying to get the little teeny tiny bit of difference that it's going to make, maybe, maybe, probably not, but whatever.
Maybe.
But for somebody who has a business, just a regular normal person who has a business, there are so many more important and valuable things that you could be spending your money on and that you could be spending
Yeah.
your time on than nitpicking over the exact proper wording that's going to get you the search ranking. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time, and it's a waste of energy, and it's a waste of money. And if you're just starting
It's
a business, you don't have a lot of those things. And
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. So that's gatekeeping be damned item one.
no wasting $1 million on SEO or freaking out about not being able to launch your website until you can afford to do that because
Nonsense.
it's just holding you back. Yeah.
Stop toiling
Uh,
under that false information.
yes.
Gatekeeping be damned number two.
What was the second thing that we talked about? Um, see, now that I said that.
It's over there on my desk.
I know, right? The second thing we talked about was, templates.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
there's so much pressure about if you're not using this template, your business is going nowhere and you're wasting your time. Well, screw scare tactics, because that's just nonsense. Scare tactics are used by people who are desperate and or people who want to prey on feelings of inadequacy. And I don't trust people who operate that way. It just feels gross to me and I won't do it. Um,
I think,
templates or go ahead.
no, no, no. I think that I think there's a lot of value in having a system and having,
Yes.
being able to say, okay, what's the best approach to this? But saying, follow my template and you're going to do X, Y, Z, maybe if my business aligns with yours, maybe, um, but not necessarily, because not, you know, something that I would say to, to our clients is not something that I would necessarily tell our clients to say to their clients. It's not a direct translation, and I think that it's does a real disservice to generalize that and say, like, you have to buy my templates, or you have to sign up for my templates, or you have to use this particular way of doing things, rather than saying,
Right.
you know, you probably know your people. When it comes right down to it, you probably know more about what your actual clients are looking for than what someone else who's trying to generalize it. You know, it's what you want to do is reach them the way that you naturally would, that feels right to you. And
Yes.
I've seen so many templates that did not feel right to me. And it's like, maybe I can, like, take that and turn it around and do this totally different thing with it. But at that point, it's like, man, come up with your own framework, or your own way of handling it, and it's going to be so much more effective for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that ties into our general approach to our own marketing and the approach that we take with our clients, which is that you need to be yourself. Um, we need to focus on making sure that everything you say on your website and every part of your offering and the ways that you interact with your clients and everything looks, feels, sounds, smells, whatever, like you,
Hmm.
to whatever extent you are comfortable taking that.
Yeah.
Um, there was a discussion on LinkedIn yesterday about, well, here's a quote from Jeff Bezos, and his whole thing is, if you have to create a brand for yourself and then live up to it, okay, but I'd rather be, I'd rather be somebody that, your brand is described by people when you're not in the room. Um, and I thought, okay, well, A, it's a little weird for Jeff Bezos to be saying that and then for other people to quote him, because I know what gets said about him when he's not in the room. He's never in my room, but
Yeah.
we all kind of say the same things about him.
Right.
That aside, it's how you're showing up and it's how you want to show up. And it's about you and your particular thumbprint and the way that you show up in the world.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you and I talk a lot about enchantment, and I think that it really ties into, i- infusing who you are into everything that you do and making it consistent across the board. Um, really, uh, just being yourself. I mean, if you are doing every single aspect of your business the way that feels magical to you, and that feels joyful to you, and that feels special to you, it's going to show. And it's and that consistency makes people feel more comfortable with you, and it makes people feel better working with you and engaging with you, because they feel like there's a connection there. They feel like they understand you, and they feel like they know you,
Yeah.
in a way that they can trust. I mean, if you're consistent, there's a level of trust in that. It's showing up in the way that you really are, and so people can go, oh, okay, I believe this person. And if I believe
Yeah.
that this person is who they say they are, I believe that they're doing the things that they say they're doing. And it it does make people connect more with you, and it makes people want to work with you and buy from you and engage with you in
Yeah.
whatever other way.
That carries over time and over platforms, that carries a really nice cachet with it because it can't be faked.
Hmm.
Um, Consistency and authenticity, people can tell pretty quickly when either one of those are missing.
Yeah.
So by being yourself, you put that out there and we say this all the time. You attract the people that are attracted to you,
Mhm.
and you repel the people who don't want what you have.
Right.
And all you've got to do is be consistent and show up as yourself. It's that easy. It really
Mhm.
is.
Right. And using a
So what
template isn't
was
going to do that for
what-
you. The third point,
no, exactly.
right.
Using a template doesn't help.
The third point was, excuse me, the idea that you have to hire someone to do everything for you. That you
Right. Oh my
can't
gosh.
handle it yourself. Yeah. Or
When
that
I first started
if you're
out,
doing it yourself, it has to be cobbled together and it's a lesser experience and it's, you can't do the same things that, a 6-figure or 7-figure business is doing.
yeah, yeah.
And
When I first started doing branding and copywriting in 2009, I used to see that. I mean, I had no idea what I was doing, and I used to see that a lot. Well, gosh, haven't you hired a person yet to do that? And it was like, I'm barely making money. How am I going to pay a whole other person? Like I've got a mortgage, you know?
yeah.
Um, don't listen to those people. Just
Hmm.
don't. There are ways to do things, and they don't have to cost you a gajillion dollars. You will have to invest, sure,
Sure.
but depending on what you put into that investment, what it's going to pay back is so much bigger than thinking, oh, if I don't hire this person to do these things for me, I'm doing it wrong.
Um, you probably missed when we first started. I was talking about how we were going to do this call yesterday, but instead of having this conversation, I was duct taping my house together. And
Yeah,
yes,
that happened.
so yeah, so in that particular instance, DIY in the moment was totally critical because there was water pouring into my bedroom.
Yeah,
And, you know, I think that there's there's a lesson there for new business owners. There are days when there's going to be water pouring into your bedroom of your business, and you're going to have to get your duct tape out and you're going to have to do it yourself. And you know, sometimes that level of grit and just get it done, take care of it, and when someone else can fix it later for real. I've got someone coming to the house on Saturday. They're going to fix my window. It's going to be great.
I'm so
But
glad to hear that.
I know it too.
I've been worried.
You're telling me. Yeah, we went through like 7 towels. There's a diaper taped to the top of my window frame right now. Gosh,
Whatever it takes.
if yeah, oh my gosh. You know, in the moment, you get creative.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
You triage and you get it done.
yes.
And there is almost nothing in the world that I love more than a resourceful person. I admire the hell out of it. That's something I've always tried to cultivate in myself. Um, but triage isn't all day long, every single day, thank God, because that's just untenable. But use those skills, put those skills to other purposes,
Right. Well, and I
build on
think
them.
the idea that you have to hire someone at the utmost level in the fullest way in order to have something that's presentable. Um, I think that is kind of the ultimate gatekeeping. And I think that it's probably not popular as a marketer to say this because, please hire us. But at the same time, like, or don't, because you don't necessarily need the whole 9 yards. Now, if you
Right.
don't have time, if you have a really crazy busy business and you don't have time to sit down and do these things yourself, or you don't want to learn to do these things yourself, by all means, farm it out, let someone else take care of it, focus on your zone of genius. That's great. But that's not everyone. That's not for everyone. Whether you're early on, you don't have the money to do that, you don't have the inclination to do that, you really love duct taping your business together, whatever, you know, whatever whatever reason, that doesn't mean that it's a lesser experience. And I think that
Right.
with our brand alchemy experience that we have put together, it's really the key component for me is that it's not a lesser experience. It's not a, if you could afford us, then you'd get the white glove treatment, but this is just kind of a box. It's like, no, this is, there are things that you're going to have to do yourself, that you wouldn't if you wrote us a check for $20,000. But
Right.
you don't have to write a check for $20,000 in order to have a really beautiful, wonderful, fully functioning brand and business. And
Right.
there's so much that you can do on your own with some support. I was searching on YouTube last night for like how to fix a window and all the okay, quick, I need some like support. And sometimes that's what it is. It's you take the
That's
support
just
you can
life.
get, you figure things out, and yeah. And I think that you know we we've really focused on making this experience be something that is um, really kind of fun and beautiful and enchanting. And it's not like a bare bones, all right, if you got to get her done, this is like a
Right.
quick and
It's not
easy,
download a PDF that I made for you for
right,
free
download
and
my
then
templates for free and
right,
for
and then I'm going to leave out a key portion
$42.
so that you have to come begging me to, you know.
Yes,
I
yes.
hate that
And
shit. I hate that shit.
that's the
I'm
other thing.
allergic. What that?
No, I was going to say that's the other thing with the templates. 99% of the time, they make it sound like, oh yeah, this is template's going to fix your business. And it's like, it's not going to fix your business. It's going to get you to the point where you realize you have to hire someone else because it is
Exactly.
overgeneralized.
Exactly. And I am allergic to the idea of making people feel ashamed for not being able to afford something. I
Great.
absolutely hate that. And you and I were talking about this yesterday. One of the reasons that we did create the brand alchemy experience, or BAE, as I like to call it,
Yes.
is that somebody can have the full dossier experience, the feel, the look, the um, the ambiance, the aura, if you will.
Hmm.
Um, but in doing so, they're also, will you have to set aside time to do it? Yes. Will you need to put in the hours to do it? Yes. But it's all delivered to your house in this gorgeous package that makes you feel good about your choice and good about your business and good about what you're doing, and treats to make the entire experience, whether it's all at once or over time, just seem and feel really special and really a very tactile and very uplifting experience. I know that seems like a lot to promise with just a box of
No.
stuff and a beautiful hard book, but it really is that special.
I agree. I think um, there's a component of you're going to have to do some of it yourself, but that doesn't make it a lessened experience. That doesn't mean that you have to like you're on your own. You're just taking the
Blind, none of that.
right. Yeah, it's really the like if we were going to be holding your hands through this entire thing, this is how we would do it. And not
Yeah,
only that, we want to make sure that you enjoy it and that you're treating yourself, because if you're going to be a business owner and you're going to dedicate this kind of time to what you're doing, um, you really you have to make it something that you enjoy.
yeah. Well, and that brings up another thing that I want to be sure that we mention, which is
Mhm.
that when you grab the brand alchemy experience for yourself, it comes with 6 months of membership in the RM, which is our online community. So you'll have, people who are in similar positions that you're in, who like the same things you like, who want the same things you want, and you can reach out to each other. And I can't tell you how many times that kind of environment has been just a real lifeline for me, both as a business owner and also just as a human being trying to get through my life. um, and I'm sure, like, if you're watching this, it means you're on Facebook and you
Okay.
understand that an online
I'm gonna
community
stop.
can be.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop you for 1 second. My children are banging on the door and freaking out.
Oh yeah, no
No,
worries, no worries. Go
just
ahead.
hold that thought, and I'm 1 second.
All right,
Keeping it real
I'm
here.
holding it up. Or I'll just keep talking and then I'll say it again when Katie comes back. Um, yeah, if you're watching this, then you know how much an online community can mean. You know that people very often become real life friends when you met them online. You know that you can check in with them and see how they're doing and let them know how you're doing. And you know how just a kind word sometimes can make such a difference. Um, and so this is the kind of environment that we're cultivating. Hi, I
Sorry,
was just
did
going
my
over a
cat
little
make
bit
it
more
into the
of
screen there?
what?
My cat came over to like take over my spot here. I was like looking at the.
Oh, I didn't see
I
that.
don't know if you made it quite into.
I was extolling the virtues of the online communities in general and saying that we want to cultivate that kind of place where you can just show up and be yourself and find, you know, relationship.
Yes. Yeah, I think
So those are our 3 points.
yes. Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to all of a sudden chaos.
Oh no, you're
Um, yes, but no, I think that those having those three, okay, we don't need to talk about it. Um, it doesn't need to be perfect.
ever.
Ta-da! It doesn't need to be perfect. Um, no matter how hard you try and no matter how much you do, it's better to do it than to have it perfect. And if your children run in screaming in the middle of your Facebook Live, then you know what? Sometimes that's what happens. Yep,
Yeah,
thank you.
you keep on keeping on.
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
So hey, if you want to check out more details about Bay, go to dossierAgency.com/BAE. There's also on our Facebook page, there's a post right now that has a link in the comments. So you
mhm.
can just go there and check it out. If you have any questions, please send us a message either to the dossier account or to Katie or to me on our pages, email us, whatever. We are happy to field any questions and looking forward to seeing you.
Yes. And I'll drop a link in the comments for this video once it processes and everything for
Okay. Can I
easy
can, do we
easy
can I
time.
do that YouTube thing of like, hey guys, don't forget to subscribe, smash
Like
that
the
subscription button. Just wait till your girls are teenagers. Just wait. There's so much YouTube-y. Woo! Okay. Anyway, on that note,
they have
thank you.
discovered how to get into my version of Chrome on Avery's
Oh,
computer because hers has YouTube blocked, but mine, because she has to use it for school, does not. And yeah, I actually the other day they watched a bunch of videos about it was like a sitcom of dolls, like LOL dolls and Barbies and stuff doing stuff. And then I
no.
came out and they were watching how really, really dramatic and slightly graphic Halloween makeup tutorials. I was like, well,
I mean,
that's my
look,
children.
those are your children. Yeah, that's on you, babe. All right, I gotta
Yes.
go. Thank
Yep.
you. Thanks for watching. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys.
Yes, definitely. Night,
All right,
everyone.
bye.
Bye.